Hello dreamers, it's Maya Joy KahNah, and today we're going to speak about life path number 2. People who have life path number 2 are some of the most beautiful people on this planet. If you are life path number 2, I am so glad that you are here. Life path number 2s, they're here to bring harmony to the world and to bring in a vibration of love and acceptance and harmony amongst everyone. They're really here to get along with other people and through their words and actions to teach people how to relate to others in a way that is kinder and more harmonious and more loving. And so life path 2, they could be in any area of society. In terms of career, a life path 2 would be somebody who would be an excellent parent or even a stay-at-home mom or dad. But a life path 2 can also go into any other sector of society, and they're going to be a really good employee, especially if they are employed in an area that has to do with working with others. A very stereotypical sort of career for a life path 2 would be to be some sort of counselor or some sort of mediator of some kind. But honestly, a life path 2 is a great person to bring on to any sort of team, especially if you have in your office some sort of conflict or interpersonal conflict between people, because the life path 2 is the wizard at helping people to get along and helping people to solve their interpersonal problems and helping people to be able to see both sides of a situation. A life path 2, they could even have a mission in life that is to be somebody's best friend or to be somebody's right hand man or woman, right hand person, right? The life path 2 doesn't necessarily need to lead. In fact, it could be a little uncomfortable if you throw them into the spotlight or you kind of force them to be the one that's in charge. I think in most cases, they would rather be the person who's behind the success of someone else. I could see a potential synergistic sort of relationship between a life path 1 and a life path 2, because life path 1 could be somebody who's here to succeed as an individual, and life path 2 would love to help them succeed in an ideal world. Like, I could really see that life path 1 and life path 2, and the 2 just like really being so happy and being able to celebrate the success of the 1, for example, as if it were their own success. Because life path 2 is really, really good at merging with others, and they really do feel good when the people around them also feel good and are succeeding. So that is a very good quality. I believe that life path number 2s are very, 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 very important in our society at this time, because our society is very, very out of balance, and a lot of people right now are in a space of fear and they're fighting against each other. They're afraid that there's not enough resources to go around, and so people are becoming more withdrawn and they're becoming more competitive, and life path 2 are here to come in and transmute some of those energies. I think of life path number 2 as being the light workers of this planet. You know, the term light worker meaning somebody who brings light to the planet Earth. Life path number 2s have a life mission that's about that. They have a life mission that is about spreading love and spreading harmony and helping people resolve their problems, and our society needs this more than ever. We need people who can help others to get along and see past their differences, and life path number 2 are the people who were literally put on this earth to do exactly that thing. Life path number 2 are known to be very psychic, and I believe that the reason why this is because in order to achieve that special mission and to bring harmony and to bring love, they need to be able to see things from a higher perspective, or they need to be able to not be fooled by what's on the surface, but to be able to see what's going on beyond the surface. And that's the case for any healer, and a life path number 2 really is a healer at heart. So they have these natural psychic abilities that are meant to be used to heal others and to help others see things in a new way and to help establish a more harmonious society. Sometimes life path number 2s, they can actually give too much of themselves, because they are here to give their love to others, but life path number 2s are also here to receive love from others. Ideally it's going to be a very symbiotic relationship, and this goes with psychic energy as well. I actually have a video series on psychic burnout, and if you are a life path number 2, I recommend that you review that video series, which I will link in the description below. Particularly, you should review that video series if you're not feeling like you are the things that I've described so far. Like if you're feeling like you don't like other people, like you're frustrated with other people's bullshit or that type of stuff, or that people are just taking from you and nobody appreciates you. And things like that. If you're feeling that way as a life path number 2, then it's very likely that you're suffering from psychic burnout as a result of perhaps having given so much of yourself and not gotten anything in return, or not gotten much in return. One of the big lessons for life path 2 is to kind of cut out the people who are just taking and giving nothing in return. Most people are inherently good and have good intentions, and a life path number 2 believes in other people and just really wants everybody to get along and wants to just bring about positive change for others. And sometimes that can mean that a life path 2 sees somebody who's mean, or sees somebody who's struggling, who needs love, and they give the love. And maybe, in some rare cases, that person that they're giving to doesn't have good intentions, and they're just taking from the life path 2. In those cases, life path 2, even though it's very unnatural to them, they do need to cut out those people that are never giving anything in return. And it's very important to discern as a life path 2 who might be some sort of psychic vampire versus who's just somebody who needs help. And so some of these themes about how to thrive as a healer or thrive as a psychic, some of this sort of dialogue can be very helpful for a life path 2, because even if they're not explicitly working as a healer or as a psychic, they're going to be working below the surface in that sort of capacities. If somebody is just being aggressive or adversarial for the sake of it, then even a life path 2 is not going to be able to bring harmony with that person, because some people just like to fight and they just like to be aggressive and they just like to be troublemakers. Those are the people that a life path 2 needs to really avoid, because those are the people that can really drain them. So I think for a life path 2, we have to recognize that, okay, maybe 90% of all people really do want harmony and they just don't know how to get there, and those are the people for you to work with. But 1 out of every 10% of the people, they might just be troublemakers, and they might just be very entertained by just creating disharmony and creating problems, and those are not your people to try to transform. You just have to leave that up to a higher power to take care of that. If you're a life path 2, know that you are a keeper of serenity and love, and you are literally a keeper of light, and you are here as a light worker, and you may not always get recognition for the amazing work that you're doing, but know that you are doing amazing work and you are bringing this planet to a higher vibration. If you are a life path number 2, you are the archetype of the mother. Even if you don't have children, you are excellent at mothering others and showing that nurturing quality to others. And if you're a life path 2, you really should consider maybe having a child or being an important figure in a child's life. Children need this vibration that a life path 2 carries. And children thrive when they have somebody who carries this vibration around them. If you're a life path number 2, also really consider becoming empowered in your healing abilities, because life path number 2 is a natural healer, and it can be very, very difficult to thrive in this world if you have healing abilities but you don't know how to establish boundaries and things like that, which life path 2s can struggle with. So maybe take some time to learn about what it really means to be a light worker, what it means to be a healer, how to create boundaries, how to cleanse your energy, because I believe that almost all of life path 2s are going to be empaths. And that means that they're transmuting emotional energy, and it becomes then very important to learn how to care for ourselves and how to cleanse that energy. And I also have a lot of videos about energetic cleansing, which I will link below as well. Anyway, if you are a life path 2, Thank you for being here. Thank you for being yourself. Thank you for all that you do on the planet. Thank you for carrying the vibration that you do, and just keep going out there and doing your thing and being an ambassador for harmony and for love, and being that person that really understands relationships, and being that kind friend or that loving partner or that very sympathetic and nurturing manager or whatever it is that you are. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. It can be thankless work sometimes, but it's so important work on this planet, especially at this time. So keep being who you are and keep doing what you need to do to feel loving within yourself so that you can spread that vibration of love throughout the planet. Thank you all for watching, and namaste. Bye.